Welcome to this explainer. If you've been looking for the perfect excuse to pack your bags and head down to the southwest of England, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're building your ultimate 2026 weekend itinerary in the stunning Dorset village of Abbotsbury. We're going to look at two very distinct world-class events happening this year and craft a complete travel experience around them. Here's a quick look at our agenda for this explainer. First, 2 weekend choices. Then, the spring foodie escape, followed by the summer music retreat. After that, we'll cover local accommodation, and finally, essential extras. Moving right into Section 1, 2 weekend choices, spring versus summer in Dorset.
So you've got a really fascinating choice to make between two totally different anchors for your 2026 trip. On one hand, you've got the bustling, mouth-watering atmosphere of the Spring Food Fair on April 3rd and 4th, which perfectly lines up with Easter weekend, by the way. And on the other hand, there's the Tree of Strings Festival, a world-class, multi-century musical journey running midsummer from July 3rd to July 5th.
Which brings us to Section 2, our spring foodie escape. Taste Dorset on April 3rd and 4th. Now, if you're a culinary enthusiast, or honestly just someone who appreciates a really good cheese board, this is absolutely the weekend for you. Hosted in association with Dorset Food and Drink, you'll get to taste offerings from over 40 local producers, growers, and artisans. I'm telling you, packing pants with an elastic waistband is a very solid strategy here. But what makes this specific food fair so undeniably spectacular is the setting itself. Your ticket isn't just for some market in an empty field, it actually includes full access to wander all 30 acres of the gorgeous Abbotsbury Subtropical Gardens. Just imagine picking up some incredible artisanal snacks and locally crafted drinks, and then taking a leisurely stroll through a sprawling subtropical paradise to enjoy them. Oh, and bonus, car parking for this event is completely free.
Okay, shifting gears to Section 3, the Summer Music Retreat, the Tree of Strings Festival.
What makes this brand new Dorset Festival so special is really the heart behind it. It's spearheaded by renowned cellist Adrian Brendel and CEO Eleanor Shields. Their mission is beautifully simple. As Shields puts it, it's about connection between artists and communities and between tradition and new creativity. They want to make high-quality music accessible in rural communities. It's an event built on a truly wonderful charitable foundation. And the programming for this weekend? It is incredibly diverse. On Friday, July 3rd, you can experience Tango Nuevo and jazz-infused samba. Then, Saturday brings a Hungarian homage alongside interactive audience workshops like samba drumming. Finally, Sunday, July 5th, features a program called Invisible Waves. This actually weaves a musical line across 7 centuries, literally going from early organum and Bach all the way to modern composers like Steve Reich. The whole festival then closes out with a massive grand finale of Schubert's legendary string quintet. The best part is, you'll be experiencing all these performances in some truly breathtaking spaces. Sets by featured young artists like the brilliant Elmore Quartet, who've actually played venues as prestigious as Wigmore Hall, will take place across stunning historical venues. This includes the historic Tithe Barn, a structure whose 7th-century existence perfectly mirrors the historical span of the music being played. You'll also catch performances in the beautiful St. Nicholas Church and the incredibly rustic Abbey Farm Flowers. So, that begs the question. Once the food tastings are done or the final encores fade away into the summer night, where exactly are you going to stay?
Let's answer that in Section 4, Local Accommodation. Rest in your head in Dorset.
Here's a handy little cheat sheet for nearby stays. If you want to practically roll right out of bed and into the festival venues, the quintessential B&B is a mere 0.2 miles away, pretty much right next door. For some charming rustic vibes, you should look at Gorwell Farm Cottages, just 1.3 miles out. Or if you want to elevate the whole weekend with a touch of luxury or some sweeping coastal views, Moonfleet Manor Hotel and the Seaside Boarding House are phenomenal options, both just a short drive away. For the practical side of your travel planning, I really want to highlight just how accessible Abbotsbury is. For events like the Tree of Strings Festival, there's a dedicated main village car park right on Rawdon Row, and it uses a super convenient pay-by-phone app. Even better, they've heavily prioritized accessibility. There are 3 dedicated parking bays right on the opposite side of the lake to the Tithe Barn, plus a direct, accessible drop-off point immediately in front of the barn's main entrance.
Almost done, but we can't forget Section 5, Essential Extras, exploring beyond the events.
Right in the absolute heart of Abbotsbury, you'll find Abbey Farm Flowers. And what makes this so perfect for our itineraries is that their pick-your-own flower season runs a really long time, from mid-March all the way to late October. So whether you're visiting for the April Food Fair or the July Music Festival, you can wander straight into their beautifully curated cut-in garden and just soak in those incredible views.
You can build a truly idyllic, slow-paced afternoon out of this. Just imagine picking your own fresh, seasonal blooms, then wandering into their newly expanded shop to browse ceramics and gifts made by local artisans, and finally, capping it all off by treating yourself to some of the famous local Baboo gelato. Sounds like a perfect afternoon, right?
And hey, if you need a hearty meal between those festival sets or after a long garden walk, you really don't have to go far at all. Cherry's Cafe is located right at the Abbey Farm site, nestled beautifully near the Tithe Barn courtyard. They serve some absolutely delicious homemade food using locally sourced Dorset ingredients. It is literally the perfect, convenient pit stop to refuel without ever having to leave the historic charm of the village.
Ultimately, whether you're drawn in by those artisanal spring flavors or the sweeping summer strings, Abbotsbury offers way more than just a quick getaway. It offers a chance to step right into centuries of living history and actually support thriving rural communities while you do it. So think about this as you plan your 2026 adventure. When we travel, are we just looking for a simple change of scenery, or are we looking for a deeper connection to the places we visit? Which Abbotsbury adventure will you choose?